And let's talk about Megan the Stallion. So Megan the Stallion, already reveals some tea regarding the fact that she has broken up with her man, Clay with a K. And shortly after, she took to social media, and this is like literally right after we signed off from doing the show. She announced that not only is she done being in this relationship with that no good SOB who was out here creeping on her behind her back, but also she says that she is quitting Broadway, and the only y'all got till Friday to see her, which is May 1st. So the three-time Grammy winner and actress has announced that her final bow as Zidler, and I think she's the first woman to play this Zidler character in Broadway's Moulin Rouge. The musical will be moved up to May 1st at the Al Hirschfield Theater. The artist who stepped into the show March 24th was originally scheduled through May 17th. Well, at least she lasted longer than a month. Now, in a statement, Megan said, "Unfortunately, my last performance on Moulin Rouge, the musical, will be May 1st. It's been such an honor to be part of Moulin Rouge, and I've met so many amazing people in this theater. Y'all work so hard, and I have so much respect for the dedication, the stamina, the work ethic, the time, and the effort y'all put into the work. Every single person at the Moulin Rouge has inspired me to go harder as an entertainer. I'm so grateful for the cast and crew that made this experience so meaningful. Y'all are really some of the kindest human beings I've ever met. To all the hotties that showed up or plan to attend, thank you for supporting me during this incredible journey. Now, the news comes after, as I stated, days after Megan accused her partner, NBA player Klay Thompson, with a K, of cheating on her, leading to their breakup on April 25th. Now, no announcement has been made about who will play the role of Zidler May 2nd through the 17th. Patrick Clanton currently serves as the understudy. That's probably who they'll have play the part for the role of Zidler. Now, Eric Anderson, who originated the role of Harold Zidler in early workshops and eventually played it on Broadway for 2 years, will return to the part on May 19th. Now, I should also point out that the musical of Moulin Rouge has been extended an additional 5 more weeks and will now play its final performance on Broadway August 30th. So if y'all want to get around to seeing it, that is the best time that you got to get around to seeing it. But it's unfortunate that Miss Thing decided to just quit doing the whole situation, because I would think like it'd have been great if she would have stuck around, but I guess maybe it's just too much that she really needs. Maybe she needs time to process this situation that she's going through. So maybe there's that. So it's unfortunate. But what's also unfortunate is the fact that we have sucker ass Smith, who decided to assert himself into this conversation and decided to criticize Megan for weighing or going on social media and spilling tea about her breakup with Clay. Mind you, here's the thing, and I mean, even though I do find a little cringe that she had to go on social media and announce this, but I always say this: if you're going to sit up in here and flaunt, and I know flaunt may be a strong word to use, but if you're going to sit up here and flaunt your relationship and start talking about your man this and your man that all over social media, like you in the perfect relationship, and then the relationship, I guess, becomes way too much for him to handle because he couldn't handle the pressure of wanting to settle down and want to commit to being in a relationship with her, whereas y'all should have had this conversation from the beginning instead of you thinking that, oh, if I'm around her long enough, then maybe it'll coast me, and maybe I can work my way up to being in this monogamous committed relationship, when in the beginning you should have just been like, I just don't have it in me to just fuck one girl. That I need, if I'm gonna be on the road, I gotta, bust this nut, and beating my dick ain't enough. I got to be up in some coochie, but hopefully using a damn condom, because if you go around getting a bunch of girls pregnant, which a lot of these groupies be out here hoping to do because they want to be taken care of, and they use these babies as a weapon so that way they can continue to maintain three hots on a damn cot, then that's the life that you're gonna live. But of course, sucker ass Smith with that fucking hairline had to assert himself in the conversation and go on his tight ass YouTube show and weigh in on something that ain't got nothing to do with him. I don't know why this motherfucker don't stick to sports and stop jumping in the whole gossip game. And the people try to come in and say, well, why you talk? Because that's what the fuck I do. This is my wheelhouse. This is what I talk about. So I don't go and jump in on conversations that I'm not privy to. But this man, who we don't even know if he even got a girlfriend, or B, well, A, got a girlfriend, and B, like vagina. We don't even know if he does. And I don't give a fuck you got a kid or not. There's a lot of men running around here with kids who fuck niggas on the side. So if you want to come up in here and try to act like there isn't any, then Okay, well, believe what fantasy you want to believe. But I do have a clip with all that. It's just like whenever it comes to the sucker ass Smith and his bullshit, I don't know what happens within me, but I get this sense of like this man makes my teeth itch. He works my root canal nerve. He just he just irritates my entire soul. But he always want to find me because he knows how to algorithm hustle. He knows how to get up under people's skin and just annoy us to death because it's going to help him go viral. Because he's a Trump apologist too. So I have a clip of him weighing in on this situation, and I'm sure I got a couple more reads in me that we're gonna get to, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk. Please hold.
Curry is like a saint. Well, that brought all the attention to Clay because you got no chance with him. So chances are you had a chance with perpetually single Klay Thompson. Megan Thee Stallion didn't know that. Help a brother out, ladies. Help a brother out. She didn't know that. This is just totally clueless. Rap artist, singer, incredibly talented, very popular, very well connected. You didn't know that he was single before you and that, he liked being single. Now, I ain't here to tell a man's business because I would never do that. I'm having this episode on YouTube because I'm asking, why is she telling his business? See, that's where I want the ladies to listen.
Well, he's telling the business because that is her business. She was in a relationship with him. What the fuck you mean?
Steph Curry is like a saint.
Okay, let's get to the next clip.
I'm sick and tired of what's going on in this world. I'm not saying whatever she felt was wrong. I don't know what happened in their relationship. Don't want to know. Ain't none of my damn business. Ain't none of y'all's either.
Well, if it's not any of your business and it's not any of ours, then why the hell are you talking about it? Because you need content, because this whole situation with Megan Thee Stallion is trending and a lot of people are talking about it. So therefore, that it's going to end up in the algo, that it's going to help you make money off the situation. Hence why you talking about it. I hate when people try to act obtuse to how this game works, because I'm going to tell you how the game works, because I play the same shit. But I don't sit up in here and go, well, I don't even know they business. I don't know why she telling the business. It's like, why she telling the business. And like I said before, because she busy was running around here posting her relationship on social media. And I always say this, it's like back in the days when Facebook and people would talk about what's your relationship status. It's complicated or whatever the case was. It's like, and I've said this even with friends of mine, if you're going to put your business out in these streets, if you're going to invite me into the group chat, if you're going to sit up in here and ask me to watch this episode of this soap opera, I want to see the beginning. I want to see all the drama unfold, and I want to see how it all ends. Like, don't cut it off now and tell me mama business when it comes down to the negative side. You can't only just post when things is great. I want to know when he out here creeping on you. I want to know when he's shitting the bed. I want to know all the details because you done invited me to the cookout. And I ain't asked me, well, invited me to the cookout. You invited me into the group chat and I need to know. I didn't ask to know, but you invited me unwillingly. And I happened to just scroll on and I was okay, this sounds juicy. This sounds intriguing. Put me on. Spill the tea. Don't cut me off now because, you know, the shit hitting the fan. But anyway, let's finish with him.
But Megan Thee Stallion made it so this Saturday night. Why? Why? How come you couldn't just break up and go on your merry way? How come you couldn't just say, we had our time together, but I'm back being single again. Klay Thompson and I are no longer together, and leave it at that? Why we got to dog the brother out?
And that's not how this generation works. We spill all of our business on social media, whether we like it or not. And why is it that we're always protecting the man for cheating? And yeah, this is a man saying it because I'm going to be fair in my shit. I don't hide behind nobody. If I do my dirt, I'm going to do it by my lonely. Or I'm going to put it out there. But if you're going to sit up in here and talk about why you had to tell a man business? Why are we always protecting cheaters? If you was out here doing that, and as an athlete, he ain't got nothing. Well, He's not gonna come out here and do all the gossip stuff. It's the same thing like with Cardi B and Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs is not gonna get on social media and start bashing Cardi and saying all of that crazy stuff. That's not how a lot of these type of men work. Athletes are not running the same type of game that rappers or other genre people in different genres do. Athletes are going to sit up here and focus on the game or whatever the case is. They don't get caught up in the mess. So let her have her narrative, let her say her thing. And if anything, with him out here being a cheater, that's probably going to make him hotter amongst all these other women. Whereas we see someone like Megan getting called all types of whores and this, that, and the other, because allegedly her reputation, she's been with a lot of different dudes. But quiet as it's kept, Play with a K ain't no stranger to sleeping with a bunch of different women and being in relationships and cheating on allegedly on all the girls he's been with. So why is it that it's Megan's fault, but we're not going also do the other side? Because we know the type of ninja that sucker ass Smith is when he wants to pursue or perpetuate a certain narrative in order to get that algorithm doing what it needs to do so that way he can get monetized. I told I know how the game works.
Why? Does that feel? Even if that's violated, that's between you, your person, your pastor, and God. It ain't none of nobody's business. Why is this propensity existing to be telling everybody your business?
All right, I think we got the point. We don't need to hear his loud ass, loud and wrong all the time ass talking about stuff he don't really know what the fuck he talking about. But anyway, let's get into some of the comments, and I'm sure there's gonna be people up in here that are gonna be anti-Megan with it because we know how people over at the neighborhood talk in the shade room and the rest of y'all are. So one person said because she wants sympathy like always. Another person said y'all ladies not listening. It may sound harsh, but he's speaking some truth. You do not need to bring your problems to social media. I believe because y'all don't like him, y'all are listening to the message. Any old school person will tell you to keep people out your business. Yeah, that is true. If we was 30, 40, 50 years ago. But you got to realize this is the world we in now. We're on social media where we have to tell everybody our damn business. And don't get me wrong, I've said it before that Megan shouldn't have been out here spreading all her damn business on social media and sitting up in here gloating about her man on social media because you always the minute you start inviting people into your personal shit, that's where the trouble starts. Because then when the ish hits the fan, then you got to save face and figure out, like, well, how do I deal with this situation? Because now I got to let people know I'm not in a relationship with this guy no more. Because she was quiet for a minute. That's why I like the Beyonce approach. Y'all don't know nothing going on with Beyonce personal life unless she put it on a song. Which, if I'm thinking about it, because I've had this conversation when we've talked about Cardi B. Cardi, when she was always going in on things that Offset was doing, or Off Cheat, sorry, because that's what we call him over here. And the Stephon stuff and all the little things that she was dealing with, I was saying the same thing. You don't need to be putting your business out in these streets like this. You don't need to be putting everything on social media. But because people like all those shenanigans and the drama of it all, and that people feel like that makes her relatable in some sort of way. And she's been able to make it so that when Cardi does put personal stuff on social media, it does make her relatable because she's always come out the gate as that relatable chick. So that kind of works for her brand. But in general, when we talk about celebrities or whatever the case is, yeah, keep your personal stuff on social media. Like with me, if I'm dating somebody, y'all ain't gonna know it unless I want you to. But I've always, but you know, when it comes to us Virgos, we very much we're pretty much secretive when it comes to whether or not we want people to know things about us. But anyway, what's the other people saying? And a lot of people saying that they agree with him. Her tactics are revenge by damaging reputation. And then, of course, they got to bring up the Tory Lane shit. It's like, whatever. And then one person told him to shut up. The other person said the hypocrisy is loud. Sucker ass Smith. Well, that's not what they said, but that's what I call him over here. Criticizes someone for using a platform while using his own platform to do the same exact thing. That's not insight. That's projection. The volume doesn't make it valid, just louder noise. So I always said, he always think just because he be screaming, because that's the only tone that mouth of his nose, just because you loud and you try to talk like you a pastor without a church, that you feel like that makes you correct. And being loud and wrong does not make you correct. But at the end of the day, she should keep her business on social media. So I do agree with her on. I do agree with him on that. So I want to hear from y'all. What do you guys think of this story regarding Megan Thee Stallion exiting Moulin Rouge early because of the drama that I'm assuming, based off the time, and it has something to do with the Clay Thompson cheating allegations. It's not something she want to be playing on Broadway, and at this time dealing with this when she's got a lot of dealing with her personal life, and that's gonna, I guess, affect her performance on Broadway. So she decided to cut it 2 weeks early. And Sucker Ass Smith, of course, yet again asserting himself in a conversation ain't got shit to do with him, but he knows that because it's a way to algorithm hustle and to get his name mentioned and trending on social media, let me jump into this Megan Clay conversation. And I guess maybe he feels like he's by proxy of it because he's over there at ESPN and he works in the sports world, so he's gonna defend the athlete, also the pop culture aspect, because he's trying to get into that. He tries to jump into the pop culture stuff. He's trying to jump into politics when he knows dick about politics. Don't even get me started on him talking about politics. Because whenever he opens his mouth and talks about, I'm like, this Negro don't know what the fuck he's talking about, sitting up there tap dancing alongside Bill Maher and his ugly ass and the dumb shit they be saying over there on whenever they be on their little channels. So I definitely want to hear from y'all. Let me know what your thoughts are on this story in the comments down below.